Hey guys, and welcome to Biscuits Total War. This is Biscuits giving you a good 3 versus 3 online commentary, 31Ks on the good old grassy flatlands. So today I'm playing as the Greeks. As you can see here, I've got the mighty Spartans right in front of us, and I'm going to be playing alongside. We have got Parker, who is an ex-member of the Wolves clan. He's bought the Julii faction, and we've got a new player here. Now this guy has actually been in some of my earlier videos, but he started to play 31k a bit more, I believe, and you can see his skills are starting to get much better. And his name is Corbzer. Now he's also using the Julii faction, and we're going to be playing against these three great opponents. We're playing against Lion Dwarf from the Brotherhood clan, also playing against, now I always mispronounce this guy's name, I believe you pronounce the X with a H, Xarga of the Wolves clan. And then the last but not least, we've got another Brotherhood member, Spartan Leonidas. So it's going to be a really good battle, some really great 31k players online hit today, and we've also got a brand new face joining us, so it'll be a really interesting matchup. What I'll quickly do is outline the actual armies, what we've actually brought. I brought 15 Spartans and 5 Cretans. We'll have a look at my ally here, Parker. He's brought your standard build of 6 Praetorian Cav and then 14 Urbans. And if we have a look at here, we've got Corbzer has brought 13 Urbans, 1 Legendary First Cohort, and with this Legendary First Cohort, he's put his General there. Actually no, this is an early Legendary First Cohort. So it's going to give him the boosting morale, but the actual stats on the troops aren't going to be as good. The only problem about having this as your tactic is if this unit route, which it can easily route, that's going to be your general, and if that goes plus the eagle go, that's going to have a really big knock-on effect with your morale for the actual game. And then it's got 6 Praetorian Cav. So let's quickly have a look at the enemy. Now the enemy, they've actually on a really good tactic here. They've realised that they're going up against Greece, so there's no point all of them bringing lots and lots of Cav. So they've got a 17-3 build, which is 17 Urbans and 3 Praetorian Cav. That is Lion Dwarf, so that's a nice move by Lion Dwarf. And to mirror that, to echo the same build, Spartan Leonidas has done exactly the same thing. So we've got 17 Urbans followed by 3 Praetorian Cav. And then in the middle we have got the Wolves member who's got 6 Praetorian Cav, 2 Archers and then 12 Urbans. So if we actually compare our builds, we've got exactly the same amount of Cav. We've got 12 Cav, they've got 12 Cav. We've got 5 Archers, they've got 2 Archers, so we've got more Archers at the end of the day. And if we have a look at the infantry, they're going to have more infantry than us, but we do have the Spartans, and the Spartans should be able to beat Urbans 1 versus 1. So let's kick this off and let's see exactly what happens. So it's going to be a really close matchup because the builds are very good. Both sides have got great builds, and also it's going to be tight on our side because we've got a fairly new or novice player when it comes to 31k at the end of the day. So first opening gambit, what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw forward all of my archers. The reason being, when I'm actually using Greece and playing on this side, my archers should be able to get a good shot on the backs or the flanks of these Urbans. You'll notice that the Urbans have got their shields on their left hand side and the swords on the right hand side. So if I shoot them on their right, I should be able to do a lot of damage. Not as much damage as I do if I shoot them in the back, but it's going to be up there. If I can't shoot them in the front and I can't shoot them in the back, if you shoot them on their side with their swords, that's going to be the most devastating. So here we go. I'll push forward my guys. I'm going to use some of my archers to try and take out these archers here because they're in a tight formation, and if we can take them out early, that will definitely give us the advantage for the archers at the end of the day. So as you can see, my guys are shooting these guys. They're down to 77. They started off at 81, now down to 75. They're in a tight formation. My guys are in loose formation. I've only lost a handful of Cretans, and that's pretty good considering they got the first volley off. These guys are now down to 67. So I'm going to swing my Spartans around the side here. Spartan Leonidas is seeing that, so he's going to mirror exactly what I'm going to do. As you can see, they're turning their guys around to face the where we're actually coming in at. Put this into standard speed now. So what I want to try and do is spin Spartan Leonidas around. So I'm going to get my Spartans and move them to this side. What I was hoping that Spartan Leonidas would do is to keep all of his guys into one group and just follow my Spartans, meaning that I can shoot him in the flanks with my archers here. But what he's done a nice little move here. He's peeled off some of his urbans, and what he's going to try and do is encircle my Spartans. So I'm going to peel off a few of my Spartans here and make a bit of an L shape here, if you can see, to try and block off these three Spartans, these three urbans even. And whilst this is all going on, I'm going to reinforce this line with a second line of Spartans and push my main blob of Spartans forwards right into these guys. Now at this stage you can see what's happened here. I'll pause it for 2 seconds. I've noticed that Spartan Leonidas' troops have started to actually glitch. You can see their formation is lost and they're starting to almost explode, it looks like. So I've seen this, and what I'm going to try and do is pull my guys back in a second. I think I was a bit slow noticing it, but I must have noticed it now, because you can see his cav is all over the place. So I'm going to get my Spartans and pull everyone back. I'm going to turn the archer fire off in a second. He says it should be turned off. There we go. Probably one more volley left. So I've pulled back my Spartans. What I wanted to try and do is get Spartan Leonidas back into formation, give him a bit of a chance, because it's not going to be fair if I take advantage of his glitch and start attacking him. So you can see my archers, they've stopped firing, and just waiting for Spartan Leonidas to get back into formation before I attack again. In the meantime over here, it looks like Wolves member, the Brutii, have tried to attack into Parker. It's quite an interesting matchup with these two, because they're both, well, Parker is an ex-Wolves member, and Xarga, or Hagar, I know I've mispronounced that, is a Wolves member. One thing I have noticed is that he hasn't put his guys into a loose formation at the front, which means he's going to suffer a lot of casualties when it comes to that peeler duel. I don't know if that was intentionally done or if that was done by accident, but it looks like Parker's going to take full advantage of that. He's going to push his guys forward, get his guys into peeler range, and then loose his peeler right into these tight formation troops. So now the battle starts again here. I'm going to send my Spartans straight into Spartan Leonidas. Once I've got them close, I'm going to drop the pikes down, make sure I'm out of guard mode, and then just aggressively attack. So I'm going to push forward my pikes down, and I should be able to munch up these urbans quite easily. In the meantime, you'll notice that Corbzer is going to play quite statically. He's going to stand still. He's going to launch all of his peeler, but a lot of his peeler are going into these loose formation troops. And Lion Dwarf can easily sacrifice these urbans because he's got plenty more where they came from. Over here, I'm pushing my Spartans forward. What Spartan Leonidas has done is put his guys into Studio to try and block my guys, which is a really good smart move. I'm just going to slow down the advance of my urbans. But I'm still going to launch forwards with my guys. I'm going to use my archer fire and try and lower them around to as many of these troops as possible, and just slowly push through these testudos. It's going to be really tricky because these testudos have got a great defense, plus they've also got guard mode on. As you can see, they haven't broken formation, and what's going to be difficult is that my guys are going to get absolutely shattered and trying to break these units. Then the next thing that Spartan Leonidas is going to do is going to throw his peeler into my guys, which is again a really nice move by Spartan Leonidas. But his guys will start to break after a while, because I've got overwhelming Spartans just basically swarming these few urbans here. Plus I've also got the archer fire coming down, which is going to lower them around for these units. Parker's done a nice little move here. He's actually connected with my guys here, so there's no gap between my formation and Parker's formation. But there's a huge gap now between Parker and Corbzer. So what's going to happen now is Lion Dwarf is going to push forward, probably going to break this one urban unit here. He's got plenty of urbans on his side, so he should be able to do a nice little surround and take out all of these guys. In the meantime, I'm trying to push forward. I'm trying to get as many of these urbans on this side. Parker, what he's going to do is going to do a nice little move. He's going to move his cav down the side here. He's actually only going to move 4 of his cav. 2 of his cav are going to stay here and defend his urbans here, just in case Lion Dwarf comes into attack, or just in case Brutii aggressively push forwards. So we've got 4 Praetorian Cav units here, and I've got all of my archers. One thing I love about this, when I've got my archers, they're really effective against lowering the morale for these Praetorian Cav. So even though we've only got 4 Cav units, we've got all of these archers, and these archers should be able to really lower the morale for all of these Praetorian Cav, and hopefully swing the victory into our favour. So they've got all of these Cav here, we've only got 4 Cav. I'm going to peel up a couple of my urbans just to try and help out with these Praetorian Cav. As I move them around the flank, it's going to cause this urban unit to rout. Now that I've got these urbans right in the flank with no urbans holding them up, I can now try and push forward. So in I go with my urbans, in comes Parker with his Cav. My Spartans are going to try and send them off to over here to try and block off this Brutii player from the supporting Spartan Leonidas. We've got all of our archers pelting these Praetorian Cav. That's going to cause them to rout, and they've fled the battlefield. I'm now throwing in my Spartans. In comes my Spartans, plus these 4 units of these Praetorian Cav. And then my archer fire is now going to swing to over here to help out the Praetorian Cav, to try and rout these units. And here we go. In comes my archers. My archers are pelting these guys down. I've got a few of my Spartans supporting my ally here. In comes the rest of Parker's Cav now. He had 2 units which he was holding in the back there. He's now pulled them in, so he's got all 6 of his Praetorian Cav. Everyone's now launched into the battle. My archers are still trying to push these guys back. My Spartans are coming around the flank here. And now what we're going to try and do is actually encircle the rest of Spartan Leonidas' infantry. You can see my Spartans are coming in here from left and right. Parker's Cav is now around the back, and now we're going to get a nice little charge. I'm going to quickly throw my pikes up to try and minimise the damage from this Cav charge. And there we go, we've got a nice little round.
Press forward so that the spirit of his army is a broken tool.
Brutii player is now going to assist his allies. We're going to get a nice little charge to the rear of Parker's Julii Cav, which is going to cause an instantaneous rout. But we've done the damage already. We've managed to encircle these SPQR units, the purple Romans. All of these guys now chain routing. We've got my Spartans, got these urbans, all encircled. These guys are now going to flee the battlefield. I'm now going to use my archers to actually take out these guys at this stage. We've won this little flank fight. We're now going to encircle. We're going to move our guys around this flank where my cursor is and try and wrap up the flank here. Over here, Parker's done a nice little move. He's got his guys into guard mode, so his guys aren't going to do anything. They're just going to stand there and hold their ground. And what myself and Parker are going to do here is try and win this flank fight. Once we've won the flank fight, move our guys around the side here to help out and try and relieve these urbans. Over here we've pretty much left Corbzer to himself. Lion Dwarf, as you can see, he's lost a lot of his Cav, but he's managed to encircle a lot of these infantry units. And as you can see, he's now finally routing this Julii general, which is plus the legionary cohort and the general units. That's going to cause a lot of drop in morale to these Julii forces. So in the meantime, myself and Parker really need to go as quick as we can. We've pretty much taken out Spartan Leonidas. That's the purple SPQR army. His guys are pretty much routed by this one urban. These Brutii Cav have come back, but they've already routed, so their morale is going to be pretty low. We're now going to send everything we possibly can right into these guys and try and finally mop up the rest of this Brutii force. As you can see, they've now routed. So the Brutii have got a couple of Cav units left, and they've got one archer unit left, but the archer units use all of their archers, I believe, or all their arrows, so not really going to do too much damage. One urban to come back.
The enemy general is dead. His men
we
know
go.
their doom
So these guys
approaches.
now have been wrapped up. We're now going to get the rest of these guys here and go and assist with our ally here, Corbzer, who's pretty much stood still against the onslaught of Lion Dwarf. Lion Dwarf has got loads of urbans, but a lot of his urbans have all been snagged up on these few units. So I'm now going to come around the flanks with myself and Parker. We're going to try and encircle these Scipii, the blue Romans, and try and take them out. So you can see I'm coming in from this side, we're coming in from that side. We should get a nice little development going on. In the meantime, I'm using my Cretans just to push back these guys, to try and attack these cav units, prevent them from coming back and insisting. I'm going to use all of these archers here to try and flame these guys to lower their morale. And in the meantime, just in case trying to get a nice encirclement, a couple of my Spartans have routed. These guys were pretty depleted, and there's overwhelming units, overwhelming numbers of these
allies are
urbans.
running away! I have no more stomach for this fight!
And it looks like the rest of Corbzer's army is now finally routed, so it's just myself and Parker now going to encircle the last of Lion Dwarf. In comes Brutii with another little charge here to try and take out a few of these urbans, but these guys are too depleted, they're going to be routed, and there we go, they've all gone. So my little Cretans have finally managed to rout the rest of these Spartan Leonidas guys. The Brutii member is now thrown in the towel, so it's now going to be a 2 versus 1. Myself and Parker take out Lion Dwarf. As you can see, we've got a nice little encirclement going on. We've got our guys to the left, our guys to the right, and our guys here. Because of that encirclement, it's going to cause a nice little rout, and these Scipii units are now entirely routed. So that was really, really good team play on behalf of Parker there. He used this cav really well, and he managed to basically assist me take out Spartan Leonidas, which he managed to do a nice little manoeuvre. He managed to go around the flank here and basically envelop them. We took out their flank and managed to wrap around with our units, taking out the Brutii, and then finally moving on to the Scipii there. So really well played. Corbzer did really well, considering that he's brand new, or fairly new to 31k. He managed to hold his ground. His units didn't instantaneously rout, so really well played. He sacrificed himself, acted as an anchor, so that both myself and Parker could win our battle, come around and eventually take out Lion Dwarf. So if you have a look at the kills, myself and Parker got in a decent amount of kills, about 1600 kills, or 1600, 1700 kills. Corbzer, because he did get encircled, he only managed to get in 878 kills. If we have a look at Lion Dwarf, because he was fighting against Corbzer, he did really well. He got in a decent 1600 kills, but we managed to really do well, myself and Parker, against Wolf's member and the Spartan Leonidas. They got in roughly about 700, 800 kills each, so we've done quite well there. If we have a look at the actual stats on the kills, my archers got in a decent amount of kills. Some of them got about 141 kills, but the most of my kills all came from my Spartans. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was a really good close battle, really well played, and everyone there. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a little comment. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you do get a few moments, feel free to check out some of my earlier Rome Total War videos. There's loads of tactics, loads of tips, there's a few campaigns, and there's a few how-to videos. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll catch you guys soon on the next episode. Okay, bye now.